Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, have been outspoken advocates for mental health awareness and education for quite a while. Their latest venture, though, is a website for parents who've lost children in ways related to social media.
For months, rumors have been spreading about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's life in Montecito. Quiet talk of problems and hidden tensions filled social media, but nothing was ever confirmed. Then suddenly, a headline appeared claiming Harry had fled his home after discovering something shocking. The story spread fast, leaving many people confused and curious. But is there any truth to it? Did Prince Harry really flee Montecito, or is this just another viral clickbait story? Stay with us as we break it down and reveal what's really going on. The happy life of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Sometimes, to understand a story as big as this one, it is best to start at the beginning. And in the case of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, their story began with hope, love, and a promise of something extraordinary. Harry had grown up in the royal family, under constant attention and scrutiny. Meghan lived a very different life, independent, accomplished, and already making a name for herself as an actress and activist. Their worlds were separate, yet fate brought them together. According to reports, they were introduced by mutual friends. At first, it was simple and private. They went on quiet dates, got to know one another, and discovered a shared vision for life. For Harry, this connection felt natural. For Meghan, it felt like a world she had never imagined, but immediately belonged to. But what happened next is something you don't want to miss out on. Their relationship quickly became serious. Harry and Meghan were often photographed together in London and abroad, smiling, holding hands, and sharing quiet moments. For many, it was clear to see the bond between them, playful, tender, and real. Public appearances showed a couple clearly in love, sharing laughter and support. Meghan quickly became a beloved figure in Harry's life, someone who encouraged him and inspired him. In 2017, Harry proposed. The engagement announcement showed a couple brimming with excitement. Meghan spoke about feeling welcomed and understood. Harry said he had known from the moment they met that she was the one. The world watched as their story took the next step. Engagement photos captured them smiling, radiant, and full of hope. Fans around the world praised the couple, calling them a modern fairy tale pair. Their wedding in May 2018 became a global event. Millions tuned in to witness the union. It was a ceremony filled with joy, love, and celebration. Unlike traditional royal weddings, this event reflected modern value, inclusion, diversity, and personal expression. Meghan brought her own voice and style to the occasion. The gospel choir, the diverse guest list, and the heartfelt vows all spoke to the couple's vision for their life together. The ceremony felt fresh and inspiring, signaling the start of a new chapter for the royal family. After the wedding, Harry and Meghan took on royal duties together. They attended charity events, traveled to support causes, and met with people from all walks of life. Their warmth, humor, and openness captured the public's admiration. They were often seen laughing together, holding hands, or gently guiding one another through public events. For many observers, this was a couple who seemed to complement each other perfectly, balanced, supportive, and devoted. And that's not all. Soon, life brought them new joys. In May 2019, Meghan gave birth to their first child, Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor. The announcement was met with excitement around the world. Photos released of Archie as a baby captured Harry and Meghan as doting parents, clearly devoted to their new son. The couple was often seen attending events with Archie in their arms, showing the world how they balanced their public duties with parenthood. Fans praised the couple for showing a human side of royal life, sharing tender family moments that felt both relatable and extraordinary. life did not slow down. In June 2021, the family welcomed their second child, Lilibet. The joy of a growing family became central to their life. Photos and reports showed them enjoying everyday moments, walking in gardens, playing with their children, or simply spending quiet time together in their home. These glimpses into family life made it clear that Harry and Meghan were building a life filled with love, care, and stability. Then, in early 2020, everything changed. Harry and Meghan announced they were stepping back as senior working royals. The news stunned the world. No one expected such a dramatic decision. In their statement, they explained they wanted independence. They wanted balance. Most of all, they wanted a safer, calmer life for their family. Soon after, they left the United Kingdom. At first, Harry and Meghan stayed in Canada, but eventually, they made a permanent move to the United States. Their final destination was Montecito, California. Montecito, California, became their new home. Known for its privacy, beautiful landscapes, and tranquil atmosphere, it offered the couple a chance to live away from the intense scrutiny of royal life in the United Kingdom. Their house was described as elegant, welcoming, and spacious, a place where the family could grow, play, and enjoy life together. For Harry and Meghan, Montecito was not just a residence, it was a sanctuary, a home where they could raise their children in safety, security, and peace. The ex-royal couple was often photographed enjoying life in Montecito. From casual outings to walks in nature, they seemed happy and at ease. They took their children on family trips, enjoying beaches, gardens, and other scenic locations. Photos of the family riding bicycles, going for walks, or playing with their children in the yard painted a picture of a couple committed not just to each other, but to creating a stable and joyful family life. Public appearances continued as well. Harry and Meghan remained involved in charitable work, attending events and supporting causes close to their hearts. They championed mental health awareness through organizations like Heads Together, worked to support women and girls around the world with initiatives like the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and focused on helping military veterans through charities such as Invictus Games. Each event showed them as a united pair, working together and presenting a shared vision of kindness, compassion, and service. Observers often commented on their energy, positivity, and focus, a couple who clearly thrived in partnership. Even in moments away from the public eye, their life seemed to radiate happiness. Harry and Meghan were often photographed traveling together, sometimes with friends, sometimes with family. They took trips to places like Ibiza, enjoying sunny beaches and quiet walks along the shore. In the UK, they were seen exploring the Scottish Highlands, sharing laughs while hiking and taking in the scenery. Vacations were filled with laughter, adventure, and quiet moments of connection. The couple appeared devoted to making memories with their children, often captured playing on the beach with Archie and Lilibet, emphasizing the importance of family first. The engagement, the wedding, the children, and life in Montecito all created a narrative that felt inspiring. Harry and Meghan were seen as a modern royal couple who had stepped into their own life, defined by love, compassion, and independence. From the outside, everything about their family life looked full of joy, balance, and warmth. Friends, supporters, and fans celebrated them, calling them a shining example of partnership and devotion. Even their work-life balance appeared ideal. Harry and Meghan engaged in meaningful projects, focusing on philanthropy, storytelling, and advocacy while keeping family as a priority. Public commentary often highlighted how they seemed to manage their roles with grace and warmth, presenting an image of a family that truly worked together, for each other, and for the causes they supported. Through these years, Harry and Meghan continued to impress the world with their commitment to one another. Whether attending gala events, giving speeches, or simply sharing moments with their children, the couple projected love and solidarity. Their relationship seemed a rare combination of romance, partnership, and shared purpose. A family that many looked up to as an example of modern love and resilience. For many observers, Montecito symbolized the life they had always hoped for. It was a place of refuge, a space for growth, and a canvas for their dreams. The combination of privacy, natural beauty, and family life made it clear that Harry and Meghan were building something meaningful. A life defined not by titles, but by values, love, and commitment to one another and their children. But now, recent news shows that this picture-perfect family life may not be as untouched as we once thought. Rumors have surfaced that Harry has traveled from his Montecito home, a place where he had said he wanted to build his own sanctuary, his palace of peace, and a space to nurture his family. This unexpected move has raised questions. Could something be happening behind the doors of this beautiful home? Is life in Montecito as peaceful and joyful as it once seemed? Keep watching to get the answers to these questions. Marriage tension in Harry's home. Recently, reports surfaced suggesting that Prince Harry had traveled away from his Montecito home following claims about so-called Soho House files. But all of that has been verified as false. There is no evidence supporting dramatic, fleeing stories. Still, if history has shown us anything about royal life, it's that rumors rarely come from nothing. Often, they contain a kernel of truth, or at least hint at realities quietly unfolding behind the scenes. Consider Harry's parents, King Charles III and Princess Diana. Their marital struggles began as quiet whispers in the 1980s, where it began with talk of emotional distance, separate lives, and unspoken resentment. At first, the public dismissed these murmurs as tabloid drama. Yet over time, those whispers revealed deeper cracks, affairs, public breakdowns, and ultimately, a divorce in 1996 that shattered the image of royal unity. Diana's famous 1995 Panorama interview laid bare the crowded marriage, and Charles's admissions of infidelity confirmed what gossip had long suggested. What began as quiet talk evolved into a global spectacle, proving that behind every scandalous headline, there might be a serious layer of truth. So, could a similar story be quietly emerging in Montecito? The parallels are striking. A couple once hailed as a modern fairy tale, now facing subtle signs of strain, amplified by their high-profile departure from royal life. For Harry and Meghan, these tensions have begun to show in ways that are subtle but noticeable. The couple, once inseparable at public events, has gradually diverged in their appearances. They were known for attending nearly every major event together: charity galas, award ceremonies, international trips, always presenting a united front. At the Invictus Games in Vancouver in early 2025, they were hand in hand, laughing, supporting wounded veterans, and exuding a shared sense of purpose. Harry, the founder of the Games, radiated pride, while Meghan added elegance and advocacy to the occasion. That moment seemed to reaffirm their bond. But since that event, a shift has been apparent. Harry has increasingly taken trips alone, while Meghan stayed behind in Montecito, tending to family and professional projects. He traveled to the UK for charity events, met with King Charles at Clarence House, and revisited causes like the HALO Trust in Angola. These journeys were purposeful and well documented, yet they marked a departure from the couple's previously constant togetherness. Meghan remained in California, focused on their children and her career projects, including her lifestyle brand and media ventures. These travels were not dramatic escapes, but they highlighted a new rhythm in their lives, one where Harry occasionally sought time and purpose apart from Meghan, perhaps reconnecting with his roots, perhaps seeking space to reflect. And now, this is where it gets really interesting. Sources close to the couple suggest that the underlying tension centers on differing visions for the future. Harry reportedly feels a strong pull toward the UK, driven by homesickness and a desire to reconnect with family. He hopes for his children to grow with a sense of their royal heritage and sees more time in Britain as part of that. Meghan, on the other hand, finds the idea emotionally taxing. The UK is tied to some of the most stressful moments in her life, a period filled with relentless media scrutiny and personal strain. She is deeply invested in her life in the US, her projects, her brand, and her children's daily lives. Insiders describe the situation as highly emotional, but not a lack of love. Harry is said to feel frustrated by the realities of life in California, missing the purpose, camaraderie, and belonging he had as a working royal. Meanwhile, Meghan channels her energy into building a career and a home that suits their family. These differences in focus and priority naturally create subtle strains, reflected in their schedules, appearances, and individual travel. This divergence became more visible over 2025. While the couple continued to attend key events together, many of Harry's trips, whether for charity, family visits, or private work, were undertaken alone. He returned occasionally, yet each trip underscored a growing separation in daily routines. Observers noted a shift from constant unity to a rhythm of parallel lives, connected by family and love, yet increasingly navigating separate paths. Adding weight to these observations, a report described a deeply emotional disagreement between the couple that threatens to tear them apart. The tension centers on Harry's growing desire to spend time in the UK and Meghan's reluctance to return. Sources suggest that the September 2025 meeting with King Charles acted as a catalyst, reinforcing Harry's focus on mending ties with the royal family. The insider clarified that this is not about affection lost, but a fundamental clash of priorities. Throughout the 2025 Christmas holidays and into the new year, the discussion of relocating or dividing time between the US and UK became more frequent. The disagreement is described as the most serious since their move to Montecito in 2020. While some rumors suggested financial splits or separate careers as dramatic outcomes, the core issue remains about a lifestyle career. And so Kashurus. Harry, yearning for his former life in Britain, Meghan building a new life in California. Despite these tensions, moments of warmth continue to punctuate their story. In a November 2025 Harper's Bazaar interview, Meghan offered a rare glimpse of her feelings. "He loves me so boldly, fully." The statement, widely shared on social media, seemed deliberately placed against the swirl of rumors, reaffirming their bond. Even critics acknowledge their devotion. Friends and insiders alike suggest that, despite challenges, the couple remains committed to one another and to their children. But the story is far over. Just a few weeks after Meghan made that statement, something happened that changed everything in their marriage. Keep watching for more. As 2026 began, the Montecito dream faced its toughest test yet. The challenges went beyond solo trips or homesickness. Harry and Meghan's shared projects were now under serious strain. At the center of the storm was Archwell, their flagship foundation. The charity faced a wave of departures just before the new year. On December 29, 2025, James Holt, their longest-serving aide and executive director, left to return to the UK with his family. This came amid a broader crisis. Staff layoffs cut the team by as much as 60%. The charity was rebranded as Archwell Philanthropies, and reports of budget shortfalls left it struggling. Insiders described the organization as essentially shuttered, pointing to micromanagement, conflicting visions, and too much activity for the team to handle, causing key staff to leave. The troubles didn't end there. In early January 2026, Meghan's lifestyle brand, As Ever, formerly the American Riviera Orchard, suffered a major embarrassment. A website glitch exposed internal inventory to the public. Online investigators discovered about 220,000 unsold jars of jam, along with large stockpiles of candles, wine, and other products. The incident quickly went viral, prompting jokes and questions about overproduction and whether the business was sustainable. A statement in People magazine tried to reassure the public, claiming strong sales and plans for global expansion. Still, the glitch added to the sense that things were going wrong. These two setbacks, Archwell's collapse and as ever's mishap, heightened tension in the Montecito home. Tabloids quickly reported a 2026 divorce, citing a furious holiday argument that sources said left the marriage broken in a lot of ways. Professional failures fueled frustration and blame. Harry reportedly felt isolated in California, while Meghan pushed to save her projects. Betting odds shifted toward a split by the end of the year. Some insiders speculated about a quiet financial separation or even a creative divorce, where the couple would pursue separate paths while keeping their joint brand intact. Yet sources insist the underlying issues go deeper than business. Harry's solo skiing trip in Colorado after the holidays added fuel to the speculation. Observers saw it as a way to escape the mounting pressure at home. Media outlets around the world amplified the story, raising the question: could this perfect storm, Archwell's turmoil and as ever's exposure, finally unravel the couple's carefully built life? We don't know yet, but what is known is that the situation showed that even a seemingly perfect fairy tale can face cracks when ambition, business pressure, and personal stress collide. For Harry and Meghan, Montecito was supposed to be a place of renewal. Instead, early 2026 has made it clear that their professional and personal lives are under strain, and how they navigate this moment could define the year ahead. But what does this mean for their kids? Let's find out. What happens to Archie and Lilibet if it all falls apart? As tension grows around Harry and Meghan in Montecito, one quiet question hangs in the air. What happens to Archie and Lilibet if their parents divorce? To understand the risk, many look to Harry's own childhood. His experience, after Prince Charles and Princess Diana divorced in 1996, offers a painful warning. Harry and his brother William were still teenagers when their parents separated. The split played out publicly, filling newspapers and television screens. Harry has spoken openly about how deeply this affected him. In his memoir Spare and in interviews, he described feeling emotionally lost, rarely seeing either parent, and struggling with anger and loneliness. He has linked those years to later mental health issues, including anxiety and panic attacks. William has also spoken about the painful impact of those family struggles. Though both brothers grew into successful adults, the emotional damage never fully disappeared. Therapy, family distance, and the broken bond between the brothers all trace back to that time. These risks now hang over Archie and Lilibet. A high-profile divorce could expose them to intense media attention, even at such young ages. Experts warn that children of divorce may struggle with insecurity, anxiety, and trust, problems made worse when every detail is discussed in public. Even if parents work together peacefully, constant speculation and paparazzi interest can still harm a child's sense of safety and belonging. Harry is deeply aware of these dangers. Since stepping back from royal duties in 2020, he and Meghan have worked hard to protect their children's privacy. Archie, now 6, and Lilibet 4, are rarely photographed. Only carefully chosen images are shared, meant to give them a calm and normal childhood. Those close to Harry say he is determined not to repeat the mistakes of his own upbringing. Scarred by his parents' divorce and the media pressure that followed his mother, Princess Diana, he wants to shield his children from public blame, emotional chaos, and mental health struggles. His advocacy work, including efforts to protect children online, reflects this goal. Despite the worries, there are signs of hope. On New Year's Day 2026, Meghan's As Ever Instagram shared a gentle family collage titled Reset and Rituals. It included rare images of Harry and Meghan holding hands and soft hints of Archie and Lilibet nearby. including one blurred photo of Meghan carrying Lilibet. Around the same time, Archwell announced its rebrand to Archwell Philanthropies, marking 5 beautiful years, with language that seemed to reference their children and the future. Friends of the couple insist divorce is not certain. One source said, "They are committed to co-parenting beautifully no matter what." While rumors continue, Harry and Meghan have surprised critics before. For now, Archie and Lilibet remain at the center of everything. Whatever decisions their parents make in 2026, the children are the heart of the story. In the end, this modern fairy tale is not defined by headlines or speculation, but by the future written for its youngest members, and that is something we have to be looking out for. So, what do you think about what may lie ahead for Harry and Meghan, and how it could affect Archie and Lilibet? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. And be sure to check out the next video on your screen. You won't want to miss it.